Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel with me, Mathilda, obviously. And don't forget to follow me on my socials, especially Instagram, since I'm most active on my Instagram. However, let's get into the video. So today I thought I would spill the tea. So I have my tea here. It's coffee, but you know, we can pretend. So today I thought we could have like a little story time. One of my very close friends who was kind of transphobic and not behind the whole idea of me changing, and she said some really awful things about me. I'm obviously not going to name her or say her name in any way, shape or form, because that would be cruel of me, because this was a few years ago, maybe like 6 years ago when I transitioned. Maybe she's a completely different person now, so I'm not going to tell you her name, but I'm going to tell you my side of the story, and the things she said to me was not very nice and they actually hurt me a lot, like back then, because it's kind of difficult transitioning as it is. So when she started being really unsupportive and saying horrible things to me, it was obviously super hard, you know, that time in my life. I just want to share my story and I just wanted to tell my side of the story, but as I said, I'm not going to name her or tag her in any way, shape or form. But let's get into the video. But as I said, we were really close. However, we fought a lot. Like, we had a lot of disagreements, which I never had with any of my other friends, so it was just between us. We were really close and we had such a great time together. I mean, she was super fun. She was one of my best friends. However, as I said, we fought a lot. She was kind of possessive sometimes, and if I hung out with someone else, she could like be angry about that. And if we got into a disagreement, like, you know, as you do sometimes with people, if you have a disagreement with one of your friends, you kind of just like, okay, agree to disagree. Like, if I had a disagreement with her, she didn't like forgive me right away. She kind of punished me for a few days, making me run after her and apologizing, you know, day after day. And that way she kind of had like the power over me. So when she finally forgave me, I was kind of like grateful, and that way I didn't want to be on her bad side again. So I kind of, you know, tried to be better. And I know it sounds like a super toxic relationship, but you know, when you're in it, you're in it, so you don't really see it. I don't want to bash her. I don't want to be like she's a horrible person, because she's not. This was just how our relationship worked, and it was just toxic. Like, I'm not saying it's entirely her fault, because I don't want to bash her and I don't want to sound like I hate her, because I don't. I truly don't. Anyways, when I realized I was transgender, obviously I wanted to, you know, transition into the woman I am today. Like, hi everyone. I realized I was transgender when I was 15, and I didn't tell my friends before I was like 16 or 17, so I really thought about when I would come out. However, when it was close to start being on hormones for me, I obviously wanted to tell them before I changed. So she was one of the first friends I ever told that I was transgender, and she reacted quite poorly, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, she reacted in a way that I didn't want my friends to react. A lot of my friends were really supportive, and they said like, I understand that you want to be like yourself and I want to support you on this journey. However, like, she didn't say any of that. She was kind of quiet, and she even told me that she didn't want me to go through with it. And it was such a like surreal thing to hear. One person telling you that they don't want you to transition because of their feelings. I mean, I was trapped in the wrong body. It was such a weird thing to say. And by time, I mean, she didn't really change her mind. Sometimes when I talked about transitioning and, you know, what name I should have or how it's going to be to transition, she was really unsupportive, and she said that she didn't really like to talk about it and that she was kind of sad. She even talked about losing me and that she was scared of me becoming another person, but you know, I didn't become another person. I mean, I was trapped in the wrong body, so I would just become me, like on the outside as well, because, you know, my personality is still the same as it was before. So she didn't want to talk about it, and like every time I brought it up, she kind of shut me down. It was really hard being with her sometimes, because, you know, I was in the middle of transitioning and I truly wanted to have someone that I could talk about the things I was scared of, and she wasn't really there for me. So it was really hard, you know, being with her. However, she was still a really close friend of mine until she began changing to the worse. I remember once when I was with her and another person. I kind of tried this gown on just as a joke, like it was like one of these like Barbie gowns, and I just put it on as a joke, like just a joke girl. And she knew that I was becoming Mathilda. She knew that I was transgender and that I wanted to transition, and putting this dress on, it was just like a joke. And she reacted super weird. She just told me to remove the dress and that it didn't fit me and that I wasn't beautiful in a dress, and it was like super weird because it was just a joke girl, like chill. I don't want to wear this stupid Barbie gown. I don't know why I react so badly to this. And even my other friend that was there, she was kind of like, okay, chill girl. However, the next day, me and her, we were talking, and she said, I'm sorry for my reaction yesterday, but I'm not like very comfortable with people that are too feminine or masculine. And she was like kind of trying to portraying it like it didn't have anything to do with that I was transgender, and it basically had something to do with her not liking when you were too feminine or too masculine. And she said like, oh, I don't like when girls are too feminine either. And it didn't make any sense because she never, you know, reacted badly to girls being in long and, you know, big dresses. So it didn't make any sense. It just sounded very, you know, transphobic to me. However, that wasn't the worst thing. The worst thing that happened, there were a lot of things happening, but however, something happened that made me, not knowing where I had her, I kind of started liking this boy, and I told her, just because sometimes you want to tell your friends about a boy you like, and I was not going to act on it just because my gender dysphoria was really bad, so I didn't want to be in a relationship and I didn't want anyone to, you know, like me. I just liked him in secret, and he was kind of one of the first, you know, people that I liked. And, you know, you want to tell your friends when you like someone. That's, you know, that's what friends are for. You want to tell them if you're kind of in love or have a crush on someone. So I told her. However, she liked the same boy. And however, she said something that really made me question our friendship, and it was, that's okay because he doesn't really like guys, he likes girls. And hearing that from one of your friends, a friend that also knows that you're transgender and you want nothing more to be a girl, and she said that the guy you like won't like you back because you're not a girl. That was so hurtful, and I was really shocked to hear that from her. However, there's more. A few days went by, or weeks, I'm not really sure. And I was talking about hormones with her because, you know, I was going to start being on estrogen. I was going to go through hormone replacement therapy, as it's called. So it's just like talking about the whole experience with her, and she started saying some really mean things. They were really aggressive. That was just like so awful to hear. I was just talking about the hormones and what I was going to go through, and she just like kind of attacked me. She started saying that I probably will get fat if I start going through hormones. She also said that guys will not like me if I'm transgender. I mean, what? She said that if I would become a girl, guys don't want to date you. And I mean, first she says that I'm going to gain weight. Then she says that guys don't like transgender girls. And I was so shocked of hearing this. I mean, everything she had done, that was the one that was the most awful. And after this, I mean, we were no longer friends. I didn't even want to hang out with her. I just like cut her out of my life entirely. I didn't talk to her anymore. I came out as transgender to her, and all that she ever did was just putting me down. She said that she didn't want me to transition. She said that she didn't want me to wear dresses. She told me that no guys would want to date me, that I would gain weight, that the guy I liked wouldn't like me back because I wasn't a girl. The things she said was just so mean and unnecessary. I didn't want to transition with her by my side. I didn't want to be Mathilda and having her by my side. However, I still want to emphasize, I'm not saying that I hate her. I'm not saying that she's a horrible person. Maybe this was really difficult for her. Maybe she was really afraid of losing me, but the way she acted made me... I left her. I didn't want to be friends with her because of these things that she said, so it kind of backfired if that was her plan. But yeah, after that whole experience, we just stopped talking to each other, or I stopped talking to her. She kind of got the message, and I transitioned into Mathilda. I had a few of my really close friends left that was really supportive through the whole process and really stuck by me. So I put all my energy into those relationships, and I'm still friends with them today. But yes, so that was my story time. And if you like this video, please give it a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye guys!